Oh shit. Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the Sharpshooters. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice. Juice, are you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good. I almost dropped my phone like right before you were counting down, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I'm okay. I'm good. I'm
Literally,
good.
as we went live, I just hear "oh shit" in the microphone.
I'm all right. I'm
dying.
good. I'm just
All right.
readjusting, getting situated.
Welcome
Ready.
everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Sharpshooters. Hope everyone's having a great week. Any New York fans, Knicks up 1-0. Hope you guys are having a great week as well. Butterfinger Jones, already by Jay DeFalco. Thank you very much. If you've never been here before, we love talking wrestling. We do a nice 10 and 10 tonight called The Tit. We do some all-in predictions. We pay some bills first. If you can be so kind, throw us a sub down low. We'd like to get to 30 out of 30. Really help us out. Maybe get Juice a grip on his phone case or something. Help him out there. And
Defender.
if you like some nice, good music, you might want to go over to YouTube and listen to the official band of the podcast, Except the Win. Thank you guys. You hear them before, during, and after the show. Go over to YouTube, see some music videos. They're great to listen to. If you've never joined us before, we start out all our episodes with a nice trivia question. Juice, it is your trivia question.
You know, pull up the records. I see how it is.
Oh, yes. I didn't, but I do
No,
have
it's
them
fine.
ready.
You don't have to. It's
No,
okay.
they were ready, sir. I just
all right.
am embarrassed.
So, Danny, this week's trivia is a modern WWE, current WWE day trivia question for you.
I have a chance.
So, who is the active leader for the most matches on SmackDown without ever having a match on Raw?
Currently, wait. Okay, sorry. So let me make sure I got the question.
Yep.
Hi Harley, how you doing? So who is currently an active wrestler who has had the most matches on SmackDown without having one match on Raw?
Yes. So it's somebody on the roster right now. It is an active wrestler, current. They have the most matches wrestled on Raw, on SmackDown, without ever competing on Raw. Could be male or female, but it's one person. If you cannot get it and you want a hint, I will give you the number of matches they've had.
No, that's all right. Carmelo Hayes jumps out at me right away. Just because I feel like since his debut, he's just been on the show weekly.
If anybody in chat wants to guess,
yeah, go
guess.
ahead. I'll take. Let me hide chat. Hold on.
Yeah, just don't let Danny, don't look.
Oh,
so again, who on the SmackDown roster has the most matches wrestled on SmackDown without ever wrestling a match on Monday Night Raw? Current active leader.
Yeah.
Right now, Danny is speculating Carmelo and thinking elsewhere.
I'm trying to think of like guys that are all over TV right now. Most of them have wrestled on Raw. Most of them are mid card, like Sammy.
Well, keep in mind it could not be a lot of matches. Like just because they're the leader.
Yeah, it could be like 5 matches. Doubt it, but understand that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with Carmelo Hayes.
Danny,
finally, say it.
That is incorrect.
God damn it.
The correct answer, with 39 matches wrestled on SmackDown and no matches ever on Raw. Now that you know 39, you have a quick name you want to throw out there? Real quick. Go.
No, I have no idea.
Too long. Yeah, I gave you an out. Kit Wilson.
Oh, fuck that.
What? Between Pretty Deadly?
No. I feel like Carmelo Hayes has had so many matches since his debut.
Well,
that's
yeah,
wild.
Well, I mean, I can't fact check it because I haven't seen most of them, but that means Carmelo's wrestled at least once on Raw that we can't recall. So
that's
again,
crazy.
if you want to fact check it or somebody at home does, but the previous holder of the record was Julia, until recently when she wrestled on Raw. Now it's Kit Wilson.
He did wrestle on Raw, motherfucker.
See? And that all it takes is one match, and that's it. So he was the most matches without ever wrestling on Raw. It's Kit Wilson.
Oh, you know what it is? It's always those stupid like qualifying matches or like multi-man King of the Ring matches or whatever, where they do like the crossbar and shit. Fuck, that's ridiculous.
All right, well, you had a shot.
Count.
Maybe next time.
That's all right. It never works. All right, let me update this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Ugh. Good question though. Kit Wilson's a good answer. You know, also just because he was gone for such a long time, I forgot to factor in like all the tag team before that. That's fair.
All right,
that's fair. All right, get this shit off the board. I'm tired of looking.
Also,
at
congratulations, Jay DeFalco, on the 100 stream streak.
Holy shit!
Has not missed. He's coming up on, what is that? So that's like almost 2 years now.
I wasn't looking at the chat. That was your job.
Actually, not 2 years. 100 stream. We were doing 2 at a time for a while, but either way, well done, Jay. Congrats. Thank you for being here.
I was like, what's he doing here? All right, let me pull up the
math.
10 in 10. Oh, we're missing a time clock. Hold on.
Yeah, because we didn't do a timer last week.
Yeah, I got it. We're good.
Coming off the high, double or nothing. And here we are. First off, before you start, really quick, I just want to say a great week for AEW television. I thought Collision and Dynamite were very good.
I've thoroughly enjoyed both, yes.
Really enjoyed both shows. I thought they were solid in ring, a lot of storyline stuff happening. I did have one thing I really, really did not like, but we will get to it here in the 10 and 10 shortly.
Don't worry, Harley also had something they really did not like, which we'll get to in the 10 and 10 shortly.
Oh, I guess so. Well, it could be anything.
No idea what, though.
Yeah, it could be anything. Who knows? All right. First up, we have Tommaso Ciampa
killing it on the mic this week.
Coming off the attack on Chris Jericho. Just the list of 1,004 reasons to hate him. I loved it. I just want to give it a shout out. I think Ciampa's killing it this year. What'd you think?
No, I agree. I think he's having a great year. Ever since he debuted in AEW, they treated him like a main event star. He's really rose to that occasion. On the mic, I think this week he really came out, shone through a little bit. The list was great, and then even last night with the backstage segment, where are you? Calling him a stupid idiot. Just I'm loving how he's trying to goad him with his old stuff. Just really classic heel move. I think it's gonna set up a nice little rivalry going probably to Redemption, since that's gonna be in Canada, and it's gonna be dope. I love watching Ciampa. So anytime he's on the screen, I'm with it.
There you go. All right, next up, the TBS title's future has been revealed somewhat. We now know that on July 1st, there will be a survival of the fittest match, which for those of you that are not familiar with the concept from Ring of Honor, typically there are 6 qualifying matches, and then those 6 winners face off in a 6-way elimination match the same night. This is not going to be like that. They're going to do the qualifiers throughout the month of June. We don't know anybody in the field yet, except for assumedly Julia Hart now.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. So in ROH, that's all in one night. It's the qualifiers, and then the main event is the 6-way. That's awesome. I would much rather that. That would have been dope.
That's how it used to be in Ring of Honor before Tony Khan kind of
of course.
But yes, the origin of the story of the concept is Survival of the Fittest is a one-night event where the whole show is that. Oh.
Do you think he ruins it by not making it a 6-way elimination, and he just makes it like a 6-way match?
No, because he did one in Ring of Honor a month ago with the women, and it was elimination.
Okay,
so
cool.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go away. That'll stay.
All
but
right. Interesting concept. I'm excited to see how it works with the TBS style. That should be pretty dope.
Yeah, and I feel like we're not gonna get a field. We should get a field soon, but who knows?
Well, we have to if it's gonna be July 1st.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna want to reveal a bracket. They might just do qualifiers. Well, it doesn't need to be a bracket.
They might have to wait till more of the Owen Hart Cup where they eliminate some people so they can throw them into the bracket.
Next up, Konosuke Takeshita and Daniel Garcia had a great match on Collision.
Loved it.
And then they had a whole fight afterwards with Takeshita seemingly in the conglomeration now. Welcome Konosuke Takeshita to the family.
So fun. I don't know if he's in it or if he's just associated with them.
They gave him a backpack. They gave him a backpack, dude.
I know the backpack was pretty dope. And then they helped him out on last night. So, yeah,
I think he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, great match. Just want to give it a shout out. What'd you think?
No, I loved it. I'm liking what Sketch is doing. I'm really loving conglomeration with their interactions. I'm loving the stuff with Leo Rush. I think it's just so funny. The freezing stuff.
That's great.
Yeah,
Dope
it's
move.
it's just classic stuff. I'm loving everything. So Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher is gonna blow the roof off whenever that match happens. So I'm really excited to see how that rivalry also pans out.
Yeah, and then next up, speaking of all of that, the Death Riders are really got their fingers in everything these days with the Don Callis family and Will Ospreay and all that. And I just
Even with
wanted to
Shane
get
Taylor Promotions now, that's a new little
yeah,
side rivalry that's starting.
I loved that how Nigel even got physical. It seems like Nigel's
Yep.
probably gonna have a match at Forbidden Door. You would assume now.
Yep.
I loved it. What did you think of the whole Death Riders Shane Taylor Promotions Nigel thing at a collision specifically?
The collision stuff I really liked. I think it was just it's nice seeing like a different group come in to like kind of test them a little bit. You know a little bit about Shane Taylor Promotions. It's like it's the first time we've seen them. So it's a good different rivalry to kind of tie them through Forbidden Door because obviously they need to buy a little time with Forbidden Door. They can't really progress in the Don Callis rivalry right now because that's not going to pay off at Forbidden Door. So I think it's a good little interim for them, which is awesome.
For sure. Next up, now we move on to Dynamite. We had MJF versus Roosh.
It's a good match.
I mean,
I'll give him credit.
yeah, well, I don't know if you saw the news. Unfortunately, MJF looks like he hyperextended his knee. He injured him. He got injured during the match with Roosh. I don't know who's to blame there, but MJF is out of action for the foreseeable future. He got pulled from an independent show this weekend coming up. We wish him the best in healing. Hopefully, it's not too serious.
Is not the worst thing that could have happened at least. So nothing. I don't think they said anything torn or anything like that. So that's good.
And I know I hate on him, rightfully so, but like I thought about it during this match with Roosh and MJF. Like Roosh has never beaten anybody of value. Like all he beats is schmucks. So, like it's just so funny to think about it. He's like, I'm finally getting a world title shot after all this time and all these wins. And it's like you've beaten Max Caster and Leo Rush.
I was gonna say the last few guys you've beaten are all been jobbers. It's not like you've even beaten anyone like significant in the lead up to this world title.
Yeah, and it's no offense to Caster and Roosh, but Leo Rush, but I'm saying like you've been there for how many years now, and you've never really gotten that definitive story or feud or win.
Yeah.
So whatever. Either way, the match was fine. Whatever. I love the Matador gimmick.
I thought that was so dope. Yeah,
set up,
he came out with that. And then I
so
also
good.
find it hilarious how quickly the hat came off. He's like, all right, I don't want to spend too much time on this. I don't want people like hating on me. So he just came out, saw it. All right, let's go.
And the last thing I'll add about Mark Briscoe is I love the promo. It was a very good promo from him in the ring.
Nice and intense.
I'm really glad he got that time. Awesome stuff.
Yep.
Probably the best he's ever had.
I agreed. It wasn't over
AEW.
It wasn't like over the top. It wasn't comical. It was very serious, and you just let him kind of shine on the camera by himself. No one was interrupting him. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Next up, Tekla versus Stardom. I'm glad we finally have something going on with like a Forbidden Door actual storyline.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We need to get back to more of that where the other companies are getting involved and there's stories that are building for these matches rather than just having them. And Tekla getting on the ladder and spitting on the Stardom logo. I loved it. Tekla continues to be one of the best things about this show every week. What did you think of it? Do you think they do a ladder match now at Forbidden Door? Do they have to? Or is it just Tekla fighting somebody from Stardom in a one-on-one?
No, I think it's just Tekla fighting Stardom. I thought it was going to be a ladder match at first until I saw what she was doing with it. So I think you just needed the ladder to get up there. But no, I like it a lot. I agree with you. I said it to myself too. I was like, this is the first time where it feels like Forbidden Door, like feels like a Forbidden Door. Like she got fired from them, so now they're gonna do battle. She's claiming war, declaring war. So I liked it. I thought it was a great promo. I thought it was really, really good. And I'm not gonna lie, and I think a lot of people thought this also at first. I thought they were gonna get attacked. The way they were like positioning themselves into the entrance ramp and then backing up, I was like, all right, you're making it too obvious. Like stop. And then when she started going at Stardom, I was like, oh, keep going. Like I'm with it now. Like keep going.
Yeah. Jay says visas may be an issue for some CMLL people as Commander and Mortos having issues.
Thanks.
Yep, that's business as usual, unfortunately. All right, next up, the dogs. What did you have on the dogs? You wanted to talk about them. So
same thing with Ciampa. I think they're just shining right now on the mic. I think this Cope and Cage rivalry is going to do good for them. I like what they're doing, the little 5-second pose, the kazoo. I think it's, even though it could be easy to see it as repetitive, I think both of them are doing it differently, so I'm enjoying what both of them are doing. Kind of sucks that the Bucks had to interject themselves, but we kind of knew that was going to happen and said that was going to happen. So at least they get them out of the way early, so we don't have to kind of keep going on with them for a while. But no, I like what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they can keep racking up wins though. They need that momentum.
I agree. I think they have to beat the Bucks whenever they face them, and that's gonna be a big win for them and a feather in their cap. Because if they don't beat the Bucks, then this whole thing's stupid. Like,
I don't think
then what's
the
point of saying this?
I think we've been on a collision course for Bucks versus Copenhagen for quite some time.
Fair.
I don't like it, but that's what they're doing. Either way,
fair.
Next up, speaking of things I do not like,
I was waiting to hear your opinion about this.
I legit do not like this move of Kevin Knight joining the Don Callis family. I was legit, it's probably the first time in a while where I've legit not liked a creative decision from Tony, where it just feels like a misfire. It feels like he just turned heel. He was hot. He's a champion. He doesn't need this. And if you're going to put him with someone else, I wouldn't even be lazy and put him with Stokely or Swerve or Nana or Hertz. I wouldn't do any of that. I'd let him be his own thing. So I don't like it at all. I still love Kevin Knight. I think this is a complete miss. Maybe I'll be wrong in a few months. I don't like it at all. What do you think?
So I'm with you, and I have a little bit of opposite thinking with the few months thing. I didn't like it. I don't like it. I understand he needs a mouthpiece a little bit. I kind of said that a few weeks ago when he was going against MJF. Like, if you want to bring him a mouthpiece, I kind of get that. But to put him in the Callis family when he has the belt and you want him to shine on his own, that's not going to happen right now. Now, right now it is because he just debuted, so he's going to be kind of forced to the front. He's just turned heel. He has the fresh rivalry. Darby's going to come back eventually, so that's going to go off too. My concern is once he loses that belt. Once he loses that belt, he falls back into the crowd and that family and in that faction, and that's what I don't like for him because that's what's going to hurt him a lot.
Yeah, I was almost waiting. I mean, they weren't going to turn him baby again, but I was almost waiting for him to lose a belt to Bailey right then and there, and then bail on the Callis family right away like this was a mistake. But I knew they weren't going to go there.
That would have been hilarious, but no, they were never going to do that.
Yeah, either way, I really don't like it, man. It honestly, I was actively grossed out.
It just came out of nowhere too. I understand Callis extending the invitation and stuff, but he doesn't fit in with that group. He doesn't. It just, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe maybe a few weeks or months from now, I'll sit on here and be like, I was wrong. But right now, I do not like it.
I guess they want to place Andrade, the eventual when he leaves.
Yeah. Next up,
Harley's favorite moment of the night.
The wild card is the CEO herself. Mercedes Moné is back in the Women's Owen Cup to defend her crown, and she defeats Alex Windsor. She's going on to the next round to face the winner of Persephone versus Mizuki. I believe
belts, Moné.
Oh, she's got one. She grabbed the Owen belt.
Yes, technically that is still her belt.
One belt,
Moné. She is the reigning champ. Boo, says Harley.
Honestly, I'd have to look it up. I could be wrong. I think she still does have 2 or 3 titles, and she just never lost them.
Oh, really? That's fine.
Could be wrong. Smaller independents. I think there were some where she hasn't actually lost them yet, but I digress.
That's funny.
We could talk more about Mercedes' future in our next segment, just for the sake of time. But I'm glad she's back. The only thing I will say is that I think her new entrance theme is awful.
I didn't like it, but she looked fantastic last night.
The
time off. God damn, she looked good last night.
That's not up for debate, but
just wanted to make sure we mentioned it on the tip.
And I think that I think they messed up the entrance. They did not produce or time it right or well at all. It's really funny how some fans are they didn't really react or pop because of the new music until her name popped up. But I knew it was her right away because I know her screen has the little circle in the middle with that color scheme. So right away I was like, all right, it's Mercedes. Why are they stretching this out for 10 seconds? And then they did the name, and everyone was like, "Yeah!" I'm like, "Wow!" So people really just don't know things until they see the name.
Yeah, right.
It's just really funny to me.
But also, that's kind of good too, because you want that little pop and stuff like that. So I don't mind it.
Yeah, but my point is, it's the same Titantron, but whatever. Okay. Last up, the main event last night: Will Ospreay versus Mark Davis in the Owens men's quarterfinal. Winner going on to semifinal. Sorry, winner going on to the finals. I absolutely loved this match. I thought it was great. I loved the old school ref bump attitude era, everyone coming out getting their shit in. because you can do it every now and then. You can't do it every week now because people
Yeah.
will get whatever of it. But it was cool, man. I dug it. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I really thought for a minute they might have Davis just pull it off, but or do some sort of non-finish where they both move on, or I don't know. But
Yeah, like do a triple threat. I thought that too because they were making him look real strong, and the match was great. I really enjoyed every part of it. Yeah,
yeah,
and that crazy finish. Like again, you said it too. Attitude error, like old school. Just that's what I like. Oh, there's another big, and there's another big move, and there's another big move,
it
and
was
that
so
would clear
cool.
the way
I
for the
loved it.
finish. It was great.
Yeah, it was honestly, like I said, a great week from AEW of television between Collision and Dynamite feeling the way they
Hmm.
did. I'm really looking forward to seeing Forbidden Door come together for the next few weeks. I really want to see the TBS matches. I'd prefer if they announced them all at once, but they probably won't.
I don't think
But
so. I think they're waiting for like
yeah,
the
it'd just
tournament
be
to be over,
nice.
so they're gonna allow announce matches as they go, which kind of sucks.
It'd just be nice.
I
But
agree.
either way, all right. So that was the tit. Thank you all for being here for the 10 and 10. We appreciate you as always. Um, and now, before we move on to our main segment of the evening, where we fantasy predict all in 3 months in advance, we have some AEW card packs to open. We have two here tonight. This is the 2023 trading card line. I have a hobby box of them. We've been opening here on the show for the last month or so now. And we're going to open these and see if we get any good hits.
I think your last pack was pretty good.
Yeah, there was a numbered card in there. It was at a 200, I think. So we have a base claimed.
Never gonna see them again. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
interesting. Max Caster with another company.
yeah, he's wrestling. He's wrestling with them. I mean, I don't think I think he's still with AEW, but honestly, he probably messed up. He did something wrong.
I think so too.
Switchblade Jay White, because his gimmick was working. He was over, man. It was,
Where are you, Jay White? Come back.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a little bit, maybe. We have a gold variant of All in the Family, Sammy and Ty.
That's pretty good. I like that one.
That's a nice one. Lower it a little bit. There we go. Okay, we have a We Are All Elite Lee Moriarty.
Nice.
We have a canvas card. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can't see it that well on screen, but it's like an art canvas that you
Oh,
like you
sweet.
paint on and stuff, so it feels and looks different.
You can tell by the lack of shine that's like a different kind of card. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, and it's Samoa Joe choking out. Is that Sammy? I can't even. No, it's Darby. Darby. Yeah, that's cool. And then lastly, we have some. We have another Britt Baker. We Are All Elite card. All these people are gone. What the hell?
No, she's coming back in the
We have
survival of the fittest.
the
Oh,
greatest.
Danhausen, no!
Funny.
Damn,
Look at him. Imagine the timeline if it was Danhausen instead of Darby with Sting.
that'd be fucking hilarious.
All right, that was one pack.
That's a
Nothing
pretty good
great
pack.
in there. The canvas card was in there, but nothing really nuts. But
Nothing bad though. Whenever you don't have bad cards, that's when I feel like good for you.
yeah, that's true.
No Tony Schiavone is a good day.
Well, now I'm gonna get one in here. Why'd you do that, Chris
Sorry.
Statlander? Base card stat.
Yeah,
Stat
he's
daddy.
making like a 1-for-1 Tony Schiavone.
Dante Martin base card. We have a Soraya base card.
Ugh, WWE Tag Team Women's Champion.
We have a gold variant Aubrey Edwards.
Jackpot.
Let me do the two base cards here to get them out of the way. We have a Taz and a La Faction Ingobernable, Preston Vance and
I was just
Roosh.
say, is he hurt? Like, what's going on with Preston Vance?
I don't think he's hurt, but he's not even, as far as I know, I don't think he's doing anything, even with Ring of Honor. I think he's just like, not gone, but just off TV.
Interesting.
And then last up, we have another canvas card. This one is Dante Martin, which is pretty cool. I like the canvas cards; those are neat.
Yeah, I do like them. It's a nice different style.
He's in the fraternity style. Yeah, but have they even done anything? I don't even think the fraternity's been doing anything of while. And then this one's pretty cool. I don't think I've gotten one of these yet. Total Access Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh, that's a nice old school look. I like that.
Yeah, I like the car. I like the picture they used with
Mm-hmm.
Hobbs, like doing an entrance and everything. Bring that up a little bit.
Pretty dope.
That's cool. All right, so those are 2 packs this week. So we got a double shot of the canvas cards, which are pretty nice to get. I don't know what their variant is. I know they're kind of not common, so those are the special ones in here. But yeah, it's cool. There you go. So tune in next week. We have how many more we got? We're probably like halfway, maybe even less. Actually, probably less. We got a way to go. So come stay tuned. Maybe I'll get an autograph or a big hit or a redemption card. That'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Just no Tony Schiavone's.
Yeah.
I think that's also something we need to do one week is ask the audience and then just talk about who's worse. Like maybe one week when we're having a bad week, Michael Cole or Tony Schiavone, because like they're both so terrible at this point. I hate it.
And we don't got time for that. All right. Now it's time to move on. It's time to put on our fantasy Booker caps. Everybody else can join in with us. We know it's only June 4th. We know All In Wembley is August
so far
30th.
away.
August 30th. We are nearly a little less than 3 months away. So we're going to try and predict the All In card. And we'll revisit this come September when the show's over, and we'll see how well we did or bad we did. Now, I've looked back, and the last 2 years, All Ins only had 12 matches. So we are going to limit ourselves to 12 matches.
That's fair.
We're not gonna book more. We're going to book 3 buy-in and then 9 main card. And
I don't want to book any
Yeah.
buy-ins. Ugh.
so what we're going to do this time, we're going to try and do it a little bit differently. Is I'm going to suggest a name, just a wrestler's name. I'm going to have Danny make a suggestion for a match he thinks, and then we'll take it from there. Because I know in the past we've kind of gone a little bit off the rails where I just kind of read off everything I got, and then that's what we do, and I don't want to do that.
It's usually good stuff.
Yeah, I have matches written down, but I want to try and make this a collaborative experience and really talk it out. And everything I have isn't in stone. Clearly.
If it ain't broken, I don't know why you're fixing it. But all right, let's try this style.
So the only thing I will do before we dive in, because it's a lot of names, is I'll just right off the bat just say and propose 2 matches. Do we want to put the men's and women's casino gauntlets both on this card again? They were both on last year, and the year before that I think was the men's.
I think so.
Do we want to take up 2 spots right away, men's and women's casino gauntlet?
I think so.
You do?
Yeah.
You think they're going to do them again, both?
Yeah.
All right, so put them both right at the bottom, I guess.
Because
And
they're going to try to put as many people on as possible.
yeah, and I think they did both on the main show last year, but maybe they end up putting one on the buy-in, one on the main, depending on who's in the field, who's in them. But yeah. All right, so for now we'll put them on there. We'll take it from there.
Why is it? Hold on. I'm just trying to get the same font. There we go. Figured it out. All right, go ahead.
It's okay. Also, Gauntlet.
No!
Danny fades away into the screen.
I'm done with this. You do
Okay.
this.
So I'm gonna start with the current world champion, MJF. What do you think MJF is doing at All In?
So I'm kind of, the more we've talked about it and the more I've seen how it's playing out on screen and stuff, I'm kind of with you on where the world championship title scene's going. And I think that's going without MJF. So I think MJF will not be defending the world championship at All In.
Okay.
So with that being said, I think he has a one-on-one match. And then I wasn't sure if it was going to be with either. I was kind of going a little. I was trying to think of a reason why. But I couldn't get there. But I would love to see him versus Jay White. I would love to see because he wants a high-profile match. He's gone through most of the guys on the current roster, and most of the guys on the current roster already have I kind of had them paired off with other people for the most part. So it would have to be someone returning or someone who just like maybe Ciampa, who might not have a storyline by that time. Maybe Jericho, but I don't think they're going to revisit him in Jericho, especially for All In 26. So I was hoping you could connect the dots for me, and you could be my 60 degrees of separation and make a Jay White match make sense.
Well,
What did
I was
you
gonna say before anything. Let me just say with Jay White, someone can correct me. Jay White either got written off by MJF or I think it was Mox and the Death Riders.
I thought it was Mox and the Death Riders.
That's what I think too. I think that was right around when they were doing the 4-way thing, but I could be wrong there too.
Because I think they took him out of the title contention for it.
Or he was supposed to be in the Owen, I think, and they took him out. Or the Continental Classic. No, the Owen, I think. He was supposed to be in that.
It was supposed to be the Owen, not the yeah, because he's been hurt for a while.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Jay White because obviously it's been such a question mark. Not even just the match, just him being on the show.
Yeah.
I wish we had more clarity. I mean, I thought for a while there they were gearing up for him to come back because they were putting like Ace and Juice on TV and all that stuff.
That was for the guns, bro.
Yeah, could still be happening though soon. Jay proposes MJF versus Adam Page, hair versus reverse the nose title shot stip. So I do not agree with the stip at all.
That stip won't work, and I forgot about Adam Page. I'm not gonna lie.
Page is what I had written down.
That makes sense.
I think MJF and Page is the way it's gonna go.
I did say someone returning, and Adam Page would be returning.
I don't think we go to the hair well again. Third time in 1 year, second time with the same guy.
But also, the stipulation doesn't make sense because in both cases he loses. If it's hair versus Adam Page getting the title shot back, how does MJF? What does MJF win there?
I think it's Adam Page's hair.
Oh, got it. That's
either way. I don't go to the well again with hair, and
I actually thought MJF after Darby.
Honestly, I mean, we're how many months in now? 2 months, 3 months since the Page match. When was that? Revolution?
Yeah.
Right?
3 months.
So that was like mid-March, beginning of March. So my point is that the entire time since he lost that match, he hasn't been on TV. So like, yeah, he hasn't been around, but we haven't even as viewers been able to feel the effect of him not having that title shot.
Mm-hmm.
So like to bring him back just to have it be reversed is not the way to go. Like for the stipulation to matter, he has to be on TV not getting the title shot, and that's where I get frustrated with it personally. Like he should be around, but either way, I have written down MJF and Page. I mean, no stipulation at the moment, but I still think Page is the one that cost MJF in some way.
Oh, and that's how he comes back, and that's why he gets the match. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pushing that narrative for like 2 months now, but
well. You've
with Darby and with
I was gonna say you've been pushing Page coming back. That's fair, yeah. And then he hasn't, so it's like, all right. And then the thought goes out of my head.
Oh, yeah, that's what I got written down. All right. Next up, I will bring up the potential winner for the Owen, Will Ospreay.
Yeah, I think this is the one we've been talking about. I think it's Ospreay versus Omega. Okay. I think Omega gets the title, just like you've been saying, and then that would be one of the craziest main events we probably ever going to watch in our lives.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I tend to agree with Ospreay and Omega. I've written it down too. I mean, obviously, if Page isn't coming back, and depending on the severity of MJF's injury, I was thinking maybe a triple threat. But again, I think that defeats the purpose of doing the Owen.
No, it has to be a one-on-one.
And plus, you're doing the Redemption pay-per-view in Canada now, so like that's my only thing is like, okay, so Omega's going to win it and only hold it for a month, or is Ospreay going to lose? That's just where I get a little about it, like kind of moving the belt around like this. But it's okay. It's okay to have short title reigns, but it's the first time we're really doing it with the belt. So,
I mean, Darby's title reign was what, a month?
Well, yeah, but that's my point. Is like before this whole moving it around, we were kind of like steady-ish with the belt, but that's all. It's just gonna be interesting. I'm intrigued to see it. I would not mind if those top two matches are the matches we get. Obviously.
Yeah, for sure. And also, if not MJF, who does Adam Page face? Like, if Adam Page is cleared and coming back by the time All In, which you have to assume he's not hurt. It's just storyline that he's out. At least I don't think he's hurt.
He's not hurt.
You
I heard
know,
some rumblings
you
that
want
the
him back for
CML.
the biggest show of the year.
I heard some rumblings that CMLL wants him, but I don't know if they're doing that.
That's all right.
Like,
We can keep him.
yeah, they want their own El Grande Americano.
Yeah, I'm all right. That's
Um,
terrible.
okay, let's see who else. Who we want to bring up? Let's talk about Swerve.
Swerve.
Big heel right now, potentially going to be in the finals against Osprey. And if he loses, I mean, he's a heel looking for power, and he's going to be on a warpath after the loss. So I have a thought, but I want you to go first. Obviously, it's what we're doing here. What do you think would Swerve?
So Swerve was another one where I wasn't really sure because I was thinking of like a lot of the top guys right now, and who I had them going with, and whoever's left, I don't feel like is good enough, or not good enough, but like I wouldn't be interested. Like Andrade is one that comes to the top of my head right now, but I don't think him versus Swerve at the time. I think maybe, but again, he's a heel, so that wouldn't make sense. But someone like Okada would be a dope match for him at All In, but one of them would have to be faced by then, which doesn't make sense. I don't think it's to be Takeshita, even though I'd love to see that. But Takeshita, I think, has his own path right now that we clearly see happening. So maybe Andrade.
Okay. Yeah, Andrade. If they turn Andrade between now and then, that could work.
Which I think they're going to.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they just lost to Takeshita and they just replaced them with Kevin Knights.
Yeah, but the Andrade turn they've been doing
No, I know.
simultaneously with Takeshita.
I'm just saying the Don Callis family path that they
overall
do. Addition and subtraction. So here's my proposal. I have Swerve going up with Mox.
Interesting.
Because Swerve and Osprey in the finals. Osprey, doing the Death Rider stuff. You got Swerve with the power. Kind of going for a belt. I think you can work with that and play off of that. And I think with their current characters, I think you can really create and build something cool.
So,
and hell, yeah, I would have Swerve beat him.
I was thinking though Mox potentially with Joe, with the way like the Ops and the Death Rider stuff was lining up, and then when Joe comes back, that can potentially like reignite.
See, me personally, I took Joe off my board as soon as he said I'm going away for a few months to do the show.
That's what I wasn't sure if I should take him off the board or not.
Yeah, I couldn't include him because
that's fair. If that's the case, then yeah, I agree. I think Swerve versus Moxley would make sense because Moxley's kind of been like the mentor. You got to assume after Swerve loses, he'll probably attack Ospreay, which brings out the Death Riders, which gets them involved. So then that's how the Swerve Moxley thing gets started. So that would make a lot of sense.
So now, all right, let's just consider if we don't do Swerve and Mox, let's talk about Mox then. Who else can he fight? Do you just do a multi-man like Callis family Death Riders thing? Can you get that far? Do you do Mox and Andrade?
The only problem with the multi-man Callis
or
family,
Mox and Jay White, going off your thing from before.
That, you know what? That would probably make more sense, would be out of all those options, Mox and Jay White. Because I was going to say, Mox with the Callis family, the only problem with that is that you're not going to have most of the top guys of the Callis family in that match. Andrade, by that point, will probably be gone. Fletcher's going to be in the match. You got to assume Okada's going to be in his own match, but maybe Okada's the one who leads that team. So that's a possibility there.
Or do we want to just do excuse me, I had a burp. Death Riders versus Bang Bang Gang in a multi-man.
If we're assuming Jay White's back by then, that would be no. If we're assuming Jay White's back by then, I think it's just one-on-one Jay versus Mox. It's all in.
So then, if we're doing that, are the rest of the people not on the card or in the Casino Gauntlet or ringside, and that's it?
Probably in the Casino Gauntlet or whatever pre-show multi-man tag match they can do. But
right. So let's argue if we're doing Mox.
I still don't know what option we're picking though.
Well, that's why this is why we're doing it this way rather than me just naming stuff and that's it. It's like if we're doing Mox and White, what do we do with Swerve? Swerve and Andrade, or do you want to think of someone else? Like, what are the names we can consider?
I don't think Swerve and Andrade is good. Like, I don't think because at that point, Andrade's going to be coming off the cast family stuff. You got to think he's probably going to face like Okada or something from the cast family because you want that big payoff match with them.
So you're really banking on Andrade going face
I
and
do
leaving
think
them
by the
this
time
summer.
in 3 months, I do think the turn is complete.
So you're gonna have to sell me on Andrade in a featured match because obviously I don't have him on anything.
Andrade might just be in the
Um,
gauntlet. You know what I mean? Like I was just trying to think of a baby face for Swerve, not necessarily a way to get Andrade on the card. I was
no,
just
no, I
thinking of
know.
like because like you're not gonna do Bandito, you're not gonna do Brody. Those have been done already. We already talked Moxley. I didn't think of for him until you came up with the reasoning, which I like.
Yeah, because I
And
mean
then
the only
Jay
other
White,
people, yeah.
Jay White's another. Jay White was like I said the possibility, but I kind of like Jay White with Moxley. If that were if we're assuming Jay White comes back, that would be the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah. All
But
right.
then
Well,
again, where does Swerve go?
I'll defer to you here if what you want to do with Swerve and Mox. If you want to do, if you whatever combo you want to do, write it down. I'm with you.
Hell, have Andrade win the gauntlet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Andrade goes in like the Casino Gauntlet, probably something like
The
that.
Gauntlet, Jay.
The Gauntlet, the Gauntlet.
Yeah. All right. So again, write whatever you want for based on everything we just said. I will defer to you with Swerve and Mox and
um,
Andrade and White and all those guys. I'm okay with whatever we put down because again, I mean, we'll remember and revisit and just be like, okay, we got it wrong, we got it right.
yeah, fuck it. Let's try Jay White versus Mox. Jay versus White. Jay
Last time we
White.
did one of these, a week later, Braun Breaker got injured and didn't
Yeah.
fight at Mania. So I mean, we're gonna
And then what do we want to do with Swerve? If I'm putting Jay White versus Mox, what are we doing with Swerve now?
um
Does Swerve also go in the gauntlet? No. Well, wait. If you win the gauntlet, you get a title shot, right?
yes.
Because I could totally see like it being down to like Swerve versus Andrade or Swerve versus Bandito or someone big like that. Because you're
Okay.
gonna need some big star in there, at least one or two.
Mhm. All right, we can do that if you want. Then I had another thought for the men's casino gauntlet. We'll get to in a little bit.
Well, let's
Um,
just. I mean, if we think of a better thought for Swerve, we'll throw it in there. For now, let's move
okay.
on to someone else.
All right. Well, let's talk about Tommaso Ciampa while we're at it.
I have
Um,
no idea where he goes, man.
yeah. What do you think about
I
Ciampa?
I really don't know, just because like at that point he can literally rival with anybody.
Yeah. So I have a guess. I just wanted to see what you thought first, obviously.
um, at that point Jericho's gonna be done. Like I think Jericho's done at Redemption. I don't think they're gonna keep going through there. I don't think you go with the Hurt Syndicate at all. You don't need any of those baby faces. I don't think he's gonna have. I mean, unless by that point, Gargano's contract's over. He joins All Elite and they go after Cope and Christian. That would be dope.
So that's not what I got, but kind of what I got. I have Ciampa winning the gauntlet, and either in the gauntlet or afterwards, Gargano comes out. So either Gargano wins the gauntlet or Ciampa wins, and then Gargano comes out. That's what I think is going to happen at All In with those two. So, really, nothing we have
Is
to write
Gargano's
in, but
contract going to be up anytime soon?
I think so. Yeah, I think it ends in
Thank God.
August.
I'm getting
I
so
think it
tired of
ends
what they're
like
doing to him.
I'm pretty sure it's beginning of August, but not confirmed. Obviously, I'm speculating.
Yeah,
Um,
Ciampa and the Gauntlet makes the most sense. Like I said, I don't know.
yeah.
He's on a tag team. I don't know what rivalry he can have. I guess like yeah, unless he teams up with someone random to take on like conglomeration for the trios titles or some shit like that. I don't know.
Mhm. Yep. All right. Well, for now, I think we can leave it at that. I didn't have Champa written in for anything else. I just wanted to kind of put that out in the ether. Okay, let's talk about Inosuke Takeshita.
Fletcher.
Let's get that sorted. So you think Takeshita Fletcher 1-on-1?
At all in, yeah. I think by that time they're gonna maybe have Okada and Takeshita at Redemption to try
Right.
to do maybe the rematch for the belt, maybe. But I think at that point you're gonna build up to Fletcher versus Takeshita.
Okay. So what are we doing with Okada at all then?
So Okada is either in the Gauntlet match or If they're still feuding with Death Riders, he's one of he's on the Don Callis family team against the Death Riders. Unfortunately, at that point, I think Okada takes a little backseat to everyone else in the Callis family.
Okay. All right. I have a triple threat.
Takeshita, Fletcher, and Okada?
I don't think any of them take a backseat. I think that's the match, personally.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I just,
that would make sense.
Yeah. That one just feels like that's the way to go there with the payoff because you can run one-on-ones at other shows, but to get all three of them on a show, I think that's the way you got to go. All right. Let's talk about the CEO, Mercedes Moné, who we now assume is the favorite to win the Owen. We assume we're on a collision course for Mercedes versus Athena in the finals. We have Tekla as the current women's champion. How do we think this shakes out? What are you thinking? The Mercedes Moné, what are we thinking? We think she wins the Owen. What do you got?
I do think she wins the Owen. I don't see Athena being a big payoff. As much as I love Athena, I just don't see Athena being the big payoff and then in the all-in match. And honestly, sorry, Harley. I know you hope not.
But so, Danny, while you're talking and thinking, Harley, I get you don't want her to, I guess, win the Owen or get a title shot. What would you do with Mercedes Moné at All In? And not no show. If you had to put her on the card in a match, you didn't want her winning the Owen or getting a title shot. What are you doing with Mercedes Moné at the show? Harley question, Danny question. So think, what do you got?
So I think she's winning. I think she goes after Tekla. I think her and Tekla would have amazing promos against each other. I think it would just be vicious barb after vicious barb at each other. It'd be great. If she fire her, Harley, Jesus Christ.
All right, then.
He gave you a shot. He tried to get you. If she loses, if she doesn't win, I don't think you bring her back to the TBS. I think she goes in the Casino Gauntlet because that's her way of getting another title shot.
Okay.
But I do think it's her versus Tekla.
Yeah, because I've seen some interesting things. There's a lot of people that want Athena to beat Mercedes in the Owen, and then Mercedes beats Tekla at Redemption, and then you get Mercedes Athena 3 at All In. But then I don't really feel that.
Would that be 3? Haven't they faced each other a few times already?
Not one-on-one. I think they only had the one at Spring Breakthrough. That's it.
Really? Oh, okay.
There might have been other tag matches, but one-on-one, that's it. I think. Someone can correct me, but I'm pretty sure Spring Breakthrough was the only one. I don't care for that because, in my opinion, the story is Mercedes having all those belts, losing them, coming back, however different or new she is now, and winning the belt. And to do it at Redemption, then walk into All In as the champion, I think it's a little bit of a weaker story than her walking in as the challenger going for it. Now, the thing is, as we've said, this is uncharted territory because Mercedes wasn't even planned to be in the Owen.
Yeah.
So Mercedes wasn't even in the cards to challenge for the belt, which makes me wonder maybe she was.
I was saying maybe the original story was for her to win and go into All In with the belt.
The plan may have been exactly that. And I feel for Tekla. But yeah, I kind of, as much as I'd rather it be Mercedes walking in as the challenger, I almost feel like with everything with where we're at with everything, I kind of feel like Mercedes and Athena is the way to go. I think Athena wins the Owen.
That's fair. So then you do. So Mercedes beat Athena. No, Mercedes beat Athena, right? Yes. So Mercedes beat Athena last time. So Athena beats her this time. Mm-hmm. Then at Redemption, the name of the fucking pay-per-view, Mercedes somehow gets a title shot against Tekla.
Yeah.
Beats Tekla. And then at All In, you gotta assume she retains. You're not going to hotshot every belt for a month. So then she'd be the one. Yeah, I like that story.
I feel for Tekla. We could talk about Tekla now too while we're at it. I do have Something from
Tekla at that
Tekla.
point, Tekla's in a 6-man women's tag match with Sisters of Sin versus probably the Brawling Birds and somebody.
Well, no, I was gonna bring up the TBS title, and I know it's you either put her in the women's casino gauntlet or you do something with the TBS title to give her a one-on-one. But TBS
See,
title may not even be on the line. It
I was
wasn't on the line.
well, the
Past
problem with
years.
the TBS title also is, oh, so you're saying she loses whoever's the champion, then she would get the title match against the champion. That could work too instead of having a 6-man. I don't think she's gonna get in the tournament for the TBS championship because she probably
Well,
won't lose the belt before the survival of the fittest is
it
up.
wouldn't be a tournament at that point. The TBS title would just be existing.
That's what I'm saying. She's on the survival of the fittest portion of the TBS title. Like whoever's the champion has it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Jay says, "Will the DMD return before or at All In or never again?" I don't
never
think she's.
again. I don't think she's ever coming back.
I honestly don't. I feel like at this point they would have pulled the ripcord on that, losing Tony and Willow. They would have done something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So then let's play that game. If she does challenge for the TBS title,
okay.
who does she face?
For an all-in card, if we're doing main show or even buy-in, the only name I can really write down or think is Stat.
Yeah, but they've already.
I know, but because here I'll read off other names I have written down. I mean,
No, I
Britt
hear them
Baker,
all. It's Athena. It's Jamie Hayter.
Harley
It's,
Cameron, Sheeta, Heart and Blue, Marina, Mina, Persephone, Ty J, Thunder Rosa. I don't see any of those getting a match outside of a gauntlet, unfortunately.
It would be
Me at least.
honestly, and I know we say it all the time, and it's just kind of being a dead horse. I would love to see them give Thunder Rosa a resurgence and a push, and I think her versus Tekla would fucking tear the house down for the title at All In.
Yeah, I agree. And don't get me wrong, I would be hyped if Tekla went all the way to All In with the belt, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, at that point, I think Tekla goes into the gauntlet then, and they try to regain her
Yeah.
title shot through there.
All right. So do we just not put TBS title on the show? Because besides Statlander, I don't know who else you'd really put on this card. And like you're probably gonna have 3 matches for the women on the show in some way.
I think the third match is a tag team title match.
Okay, so let's talk about that then. What do we think it's gonna be? Is it a 2-on-2 or is it a multi? We already have one multi, so
I think it's another multi because I don't think Ty J wins this weekend. So if Ty J doesn't win this weekend, there's not really a new tag team to step up. So I think you do like Brawling Birds, Ty J, Divine Dominion, and possibly a third team. Or a fourth team, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, we can write that in for sure. I personally have it just as Brawling Birds Divine Dominion, where Brawling Birds get their hometown pop win.
I don't get me wrong, I think Brawling Birds get the win, but
Yeah.
the way they've built up Divine Dominion, I think you need to add in that like third team element and that wild card element because they've built them up as they can't lose one-on-one so well.
Okay.
And like technically Ty J should be the underdog to beat them one-on-one
So-
the way they built it up, but I don't think they're winning
So
this weekend.
if we're gonna do Ty J, then I'll argue the 4th team should be Stat and Harley.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
That way you get them on a featured match versus I'll just throw them in the gauntlet. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. Are we taking too many people out of the gauntlet at that point? Do we only do 3 teams?
I don't think so because you gotta remember most
I
gauntlets. only
agree
have,
with
like,
you also. I'm just curious.
Yeah, most gauntlets usually have like 10 to 15 people in them, and you can have enough. You can bring in enough people to make that work. So I think we're okay with what we're doing. Yeah, because now you still have Sheeta, Heart, Sky Blue, Marina, Mina, Thunder Rosa, Persephone. You can bring in anybody else that hasn't really been on the show. You can Iconics who have been Ghost,
Yeah, crazy.
which is, I mean, I understand
Crazy.
it, but I'm still wild to hire them and whatever. All right, so we have 4 spots left, and Harley brings up a great point. We'll use that as the segue. Let's talk Open Cage. Tag team titles.
Sorry, I'm just doing one thing. Cool. Cope and Cage. Are they still the champions by then? No, I'm just kidding. They are.
I thought you meant right now. I'm like, Danny.
So Cope and Cage. At
Good
that
point.
point,
Are they still tag champions by then?
I do think they're still tag champions. I think they go through redemption. There's so many tag teams, but for the All In, do you go back to FTR? Do you do a TLC or something like that with a few teams? Because that would be cool.
Harley thought you were
I'd
serious.
take that. The Dudleys could be FTR. The Hardys could be Young Bucks. And Edge Christian's Edge Christian. And they win again, like always.
Yes. My only question is the before and after of New Day.
That's fair. I would love for them to face New Day at All In.
Do they wrestle there? Or it's like Gargano. Like, does Gargano show up or does he wrestle?
That's different.
Does New Day show up? Do they wrestle?
At that point, New Day is definitely going to be cleared of the 90-day. Like, that's aimed at question. So they can.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Though, do you debut them there, or do you have them debut before and then compete for the first time there? Like, that's where I'm trying to like figure it out. You know, do you debut them beforehand, or do you debut them at All In and not compete? That's figuring out that balance. Some other things we have. Harley writes Cope and Cage versus Bucks straight up. Jada Falco says, what about FTR? And if New Day are in AEW at that point, you do FTR versus New Day only.
Well, I don't.
So they're suggesting not doing a 4-way tag match.
Yeah, I don't think it's a 4-way with them. I think either it's Cope and Cage versus New Day straight up. Oh, actually, shit. I don't know now.
All right. Well, there's absolutely no way the Bucks will not be on this show.
Of course not.
So at the very least, let's write in the Bucks because they're gonna be in this match.
You think? Fuck.
They can't help themselves, dude. Honestly, at the very least,
maybe
I think
they'll be in like Blood and Guts or something. Maybe they do Blood and Guts at all.
You know what they could do, dude? They could recreate Mania 32, where they had New Day come out and say a surprise fourth team's just been added, and it's the New Day. They could have somebody else come out and do the same shit.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
So yeah, let's write in Cope and Cage, FTR, and Bucks. Triple threat ladder match. Triple threat ladder match. They're gonna run back Mania 32. Is it 32? No, 33. 3. Yeah, when they were in Florida. 32 was in Texas.
That's too funny. All right, let me do some switching around here. Hold on.
You don't gotta write in Mania. Get out of here. He's writing in Mania. We just air a match from 10 years ago.
I want them to know that this is what we're talking about. It's like possibly just like a la Mania 33.
Yeah. Okay. So we have 3 matches left, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. First off, how are we on time? Ad break or are we okay?
Great question. Ad starts in 11 minutes, so I think we're good.
Okay. You know what? Let's just take an ad break here.
Oh.
Just so we're not rushing.
We'll talk for 11 minutes.
Well, we have 3 matches to figure out. A lot of names we haven't even brought up.
Butcher and Blade contract runs out, free agents. All right. Well, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick ad break. Don't go anywhere.
Wait, is that real? What? Hold on.
Hello and welcome back to our All In. Oh, I just realized that the gauntlets have not been viewed this whole time. Let me fix that.
Yeah, we made it to.
That's my fault. And bam.
It's all right. Bam, bam, bam.
All right. So
Yeah, so before we
matches
left,
left.
though, Butcher and Blade contract ran out. Now free agents. It's unfortunate.
Smart for them. They don't get
yeah.
used.
Yeah.
All right. So 3 matches left. One more match that I think is going to be on the show based off everything that's recently happened. TNT title match.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Knight, Darby Allin. Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty much a lock for this because I don't know what else you'd do with either one of them.
Yeah, that's what I had written down too. I was gonna at first I had written down Knight and Speedball, but then they booked Knight and Speedball this week, and I was like, well, that's not happening now.
Same. I was like, all right, you'll give Darby a little more rest time, and Kevin Knight and Speedball could do something, or at least they'll do Speedball and Mike at Knight at Redemption. Nope, they're doing it this week. Done. See ya.
Yeah, and I mean, if you don't do that, like, I don't really know what else you can do with Knight and Darby at this moment. You can come up with stuff, but like you can do MJF and Darby if Paige isn't back, and do something else with Kevin Knight.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole point of this whole Kevin Knight turn to go on Darby is so when he comes back, they have a blow off to their feud. Unless you bring him back early for Redemption, which fine if you want to do that, but then what are you doing with Knight? I think this is a good match for both of them. A high profile match for Knight, especially at All In. That'd be dope.
I agree. Now, do you make it a stipulation? Coffin?
Oh, that would be so cool.
Or just do normal? Probably
I love
normal
it.
Now.
They're not coffins, though. We talked about this. They're just boxes. He doesn't bring out coffins. He brings out boxes.
Sometimes he does.
The first few times.
You bring out a box one time. Okay.
Right.
So, 2 matches left. I think we're at a point now. I'm just going to read off some names we have not booked yet.
Well, I was going to say, one name I think has got to be on the card, assuming he's healthy. And with everything they've been doing, OC / the conglomeration, I think needs to find a way on the card also.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's say
that could be the Dunk House match.
First off, Swerve. We've already. We're going
Swerve.
With, are we going with Swerve in the Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just looking over my name.
Unless you got someone for a high profile match against him.
No. I had Swerve and Mox, so my idea kind of went out the window. So I'm fine with just leaving it as is. Swerve will be in the Gauntlet. From there, Tekla, we said, is in the Gauntlet. So now I'm off of my list of matches I booked. Now I'm just on the list of other names. Jericho. Hurt Syndicate. Speedball. The Conglomeration. Ciampa, we said, is in the Gauntlet. Jack Perry, I guess he's going to be in the Gauntlet.
Hold
whatever.
on. What about Jericho and Swerve?
I thought about it as you were talking, as I was thinking about like replacements for him. You could do it. My whole thing is though, what's the power? Like, I'm really hanging on that as being like Swerve's like heel turn motivation, and like what does Swerve get out of going after Jericho? Is really what I'm thinking.
That's fair.
It's worth talking about. I just don't know what.
Because I don't think Jericho's going to go in the Gauntlet. Like, I don't think we're throwing like every guy in the Gauntlet. So I think Jericho's going to have a match.
Yeah.
Whether it's a multi-man or a single, it's probably a multi-man, but still.
All right, so let's humor Jericho with the Conglomeration. What do we think? What do we think of that?
Versus who? Versus the Don Callis family?
I feel like you'd have to be if we're not doing Death Riders and Don Callis family, and we're trying to get Jericho away from the Demand. That's probably what you have to do. Unless you do. What about Ricochet? Yeah, I think Ricochet is just going to end up being in the Gauntlet. I don't think Ricochet is going to have anything. Like,
yeah, I don't think they're going to set him up anything between now and All In.
Unfortunately, like that big, I just don't think it's going to happen.
Even just looking at this card, like, where do you put? Like, yeah, no, I don't think it works.
Like, and we have to start thinking like because all right, let me see. Out of these matches, like the women's tag, I hate to say it, the women's tag and the women's Casino Gauntlet are the only two I could see being on the buy-in. So only one of those are going to be on. So these next 2 matches are essentially buy-in matches.
Well, that's also where I told you I think they would be smart if they did the men's casino on the buy-in to
All
actually
right, so
get people.
let's highlight them. Let's assume men's gauntlet and the women's tag are on the buy-in. So that means one of these last two matches has to be buy-in, and I think you're Mark Davis still have the title by then too, probably. But honestly, I don't think that title makes the show.
Yeah,
I don't.
unfortunately, I don't think Mark Davis makes the show. I would like to see the trios title makes the show, depending on like, do we
Well,
think?
not even. Yeah.
Actually, hold on. What was Gabe Kidd's injury?
I think he's out for a while. I mean,
For
he
a
could be
while.
back soon, but if someone else can look it up, I recall it was like. Actually, maybe he could be back in time.
I was gonna say because he's been hurt for a while already, and that's another 3 months. Maybe that's something they do where they kind of revisit that.
Do you want to write in the dogs
trios title
conglomeration?
I'm throwing an idea out there. I'm trying to gauge what you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. They should be on the show. The conglomeration, they have more than earned it. So,
because I'm looking at other names, Brody King. You got to assume he's going to be in the Gauntlet, Bandito, Gauntlet.
what's crazy about this, like, and again, we're assuming there's even a gauntlet. If there's no gauntlet, this card is like the roster is so stacked.
Yeah,
people are missing the show.
Eddie Kingston. You got all the ops with Samoa Joe. Again, he might be out, but you still have Hook. You still have Bowens. You know.
Yeah, I'm not putting the ops on this show.
Leo Rush, the work he's been doing, he's probably gonna be in the Gauntlet too. I'm just saying, like, they just have such a deep roster where we keep naming Okada. We haven't. Oh no, we did. Okada we put on.
Yeah. All right. So I think we need to lean on the names that are above, above being in the Gauntlet. And I really think let's just write in the conglomeration and the dogs for the trios titles. Let's just write that in. I'm fine with that. And then the last thing is, I think Hurt. I don't know what the fuck with Hurt Syndicate. I mean, if you do Jericho and Hurt Syndicate
again,
well, I mean, I don't know what else you do. You do with Jericho. Like the only heels. Looking at this list, the only heels I can see, Andrade, like.
And again, Doyle, I don't think he's gonna be a heel.
Doyle and Mark Davis, like. That's it. Everybody else is their babies. Unless you're bringing back Wardlow. Like, there's not a lot of heels that I can think of for Jericho right now. Unless you really want to write Jericho and Swerve. Just see if it happens. That might be the way to go.
I'm just looking through the list one more time for myself.
Yeah.
Briscoe's another one that's probably now in the Gauntlet.
Briscoe and Swerve would be fun, but
Briscoe and Swerve would be fun.
But they're not going to do that here. Honestly, we might just have to write in Jericho versus Swerve and call it, because like, unless maybe Jericho beats Mark Davis for that national title. That's the match. I don't know, dude.
No way, Jericho versus Mark Davis.
Yeah, why not?
I'd much rather be Jericho versus Swerve.
Oh no! Pause. Not at the pay-per-view. Jericho beats Mark Davis to win the title, and that's what makes Swerve go after a champion.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to find a better way to make Jericho versus Swerve. That's totally fine. I'm trying to
make it make sense for Swerve. And
I was like, God, no, not at the pay-per-view.
A belt has to be on the line. So let's just write Jericho Swerve.
Okay.
So again, I'll read off. I mean, right now we're leaving.
This is crazy.
We can assume Gauntlet for most of these names I'm saying, but no Tekla, Hurt Syndicate, no Speedball, no Mark Briscoe, no Ciampa, no Jack Perry, no Death Riders outside of Mox, no Andrade. Like, again, if that's all the Gauntlet, that's insane. No Bandito, which is fine. No Ricochet, no Brody King.
The other thing to think about that's insane is that, let's say these guys do get a match. That means someone that we currently have on this stacked card doesn't get the match, and then they're probably in the Gauntlet. So either way, that Gauntlet for the men's at least is stacked if they do it right.
Yeah. Highlight conglomeration Highlight conglomeration and dogs as the buy-in. I think that's the only other match here that'd be the buy-in. Honestly, dude, I mean, if this is the card and all those names we said are in the gauntlets, this is insane. This would be a great show.
Especially if you add in the factor of 2 debuts of Gargano and potentially New Day or whatever they're gonna call themselves.
Mm.
Because also, I don't know, I'm sure you've seen they've been all over social media going after Kenny Omega and like already like throwing those little seeds where they're joking to like, Kenny, when I see you, it's on sight. I don't know if you've
Oh
seen
yeah.
that at all.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. So looking at this though, I think the only place we really differ is
Moxley and White.
the Jay White thing. That's it. Everywhere else, I'm more or less in lockstep with you. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I think this looks good. I think this would be a great show, and I cannot wait to come back and look at this in August or September. And yeah, last time, 'cause when we did this for WrestleMania, I think we got half the matches right, which is not bad.
And I
So
think we do better with AEW than WWE anyway because WWE is stupid. And
that
we
well
also know that like
yeah.
if they don't do White versus Moxley, it's probably what was your Swerve versus Moxley?
Yeah, Swerve and Mox, and
So
then
it's
I just
probably gonna be
yeah.
Swerve versus Mox if it's not White versus Mox. Like I don't see it being like I don't see or again Joe versus Mox. But either way, I don't think it's outside that little realm of possibilities. I don't think it's gonna be like if it's Jericho versus Mox, I'm gonna be pissed. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there. I'm really not sure what Jericho's. I mean, I love the Champa program. Before the Champa Jericho stuff started, I actually did have written in Champa and Mox for All In. That was my first thought. I thought like really
That'd be cool.
reward Champa with like the big stage, but then I was thinking about Swerve, and I was like, well, Swerve's gonna need something, so I kind of bumped
Yeah, I mean
Champa.
the way
But
Ciampa's going too, I agree with you. I do think he deserves like a singles match and a spotlight, but I just don't know if he's, hopefully that's the Casino Gauntlet, like win or
well, that's why
lose,
I
like he
think
gets the
I think
spotlight in the
he
Gauntlet.
either wins the Gauntlet or Gargano comes back and screws him in the Gauntlet. But that's why I just don't think they do Gargano and New Day the
Fucking
same night.
Gargano and Ciampa unleashed in AEW without the restrictions of WWE is going to be a massive rivalry. It's going to be one of the best ones of 2026.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. And also keep in mind, we're doing this a month earlier than usual. Usually when we do these, we kind of wait like 2 months in advance. Especially now with an extra paper,
this week.
and especially with an extra pay-per-view in between the cycle now. Actually two, because last year when we did this, it was after Double or Nothing, and there was no pay-per-view until All In. Now there's Forbidden Door and Redemption in between. So we're actually we did. I mean, it's my choice to do it now, but we jumped the gun on this one. So I'll be really interested to see if we nail it. I mean, hell, if we did this a week ago, we wouldn't have even had Mercedes Moné to talk about.
Yeah, we would have
So
been like, who's facing Tekla?
we would have been like, oh, I guess Athena. Like, so yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a fun summer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you liked our picks. If there's anything that you think that we picked wrong, throw us something in the chat. Comment, let us know. Drop a comment, drop a message. We love to read it, and we'll read it on there and talk about it next week for sure. Any old shows you haven't seen, click on the link tree below. We recently did a tournament with Luke from Accept the Wind, so go check that out. It's been a good couple of weeks. We've really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
See you guys next week. Same time, same place. Go Knicks. Knicks in 4. Peace out, everybody.
A-Town down.